Hi everybody, thank you for joining me here on Bestie Girl Crafts. My name is Ashley. If you're new here, welcome in. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome home. Today I have my beautiful guest.
Hello.
This is Eric, my husband. Many of you rioted. You were like, where is he? He's here, I swear. It was all in the plans. The reason I waited to bring him back for today's whip and chat is because we are going to be whipping on Lego together. I know many of you guys have been asking for that, and so I thought what a better time than while I was working on Summer with the Masters, because I in fact am working on a Lego Old Masters. This is the Mona Lisa. What better project could I do? And this is by Leonardo da Vinci, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I'm working on a Van Gogh diamond painting for Summer with the Masters, and this is a Da Vinci painting. Very different. I actually don't know that I've seen anyone do the Mona Lisa in diamond painting, but they could.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that. But anyway, I'm doing it in Lego form. So this is her in all of her glory. I have only finished the frame so far. So I'm on page 57 of like 100 and something, almost 200 pages. So I'm probably not going to finish this in the video today, but I'm gonna do my darndest. But this is what the frame looks like. So how fun. So kind of I'm at the fun part where I probably get to start building the painting itself. I have this like big bag of all of my bags of bags. And yeah, so I've technically already started on this project, but I was like, Eric, I know you don't have like an old Masters type of thing. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get Conehead.
What? Oh, she's fine. Conehead, he's talking about Winnie. Winnie's gonna run in and out of here all day.
Well, she was stuck, so I was trying to let her in so I can grab her and put her on camera.
She's been in this cone for like a month at this point.
She's a menace.
She's a menace, and she gets stuck everywhere, and I'm like, you've been wearing the same cone for weeks, and she still doesn't have like her wits about her.
Yeah, and we give her breaks to like get the cone off of her, and then that's when she decides to just reopen the wound again. So it's like, okay, well now you're in the cone for longer. You've done this yourself.
You're extending your own prison sentence. But anyway, so I was like, I know Eric doesn't have a Lego that's like old Masters or whatever, but he does have a retired Lego set, which is kind of like an older. We tried. Okay,
yeah,
we
and
tried.
They don't make it no more.
Right, they don't make this one anymore. So do you want to talk about what you're doing?
It's the Mopar Dodge SRT Top Fuel Dragster and the 1970 Dodge Challenger. They released this as a dual set for Dodge, and like I said, they don't make it anymore. I don't know how old it is. Let's see if I can find the copyright on here.
Yeah, all of Lego legally licenses their IPs as well.
Yeah. So it was copyrighted back in 21, but I think this was released earlier than that. I'd have to look it up on my phone.
Probably.
Which I don't even know where my phone is.
Oh, it's over there. Yeah, so he's going to be working on a retired Lego set, and I'm going to be working on a true Old Masters. And yeah, that's what we're going to do for this video. So I feel like doing Lego while talking is much harder. So pray for me that I don't completely mess this thing up, but we're going to do our darndest.
I mean, I do it all the time, so.
What?
I can just do Lego on here and talk.
You do? Oh yeah.
How many videos have I been in?
No, I know that. I was like, wait, you do? Wow. I was like, do you have a secret relationship with them that I don't know about?
No, it's okay.
So I'm already confused.
Oh, you need bag 4.
No, I know, but I need this big piece, and I was like, where is it? I found it.
There should be 2.
I have both. Actually, wait, what do you mean there should be 2?
You need 2 for that bag.
Yeah, but there's 2 in one bag.
Yeah.
But then I just threw it all on the floor, and so now it's already a mess. See, this is cool about the old boxes. Do all boxes do this, or just...
Most of them do. I'm pretty sure yours did.
Well, that's a trash bag now. I throw all
yours
of my
did not
trash.
because of its size, but bigger, with smaller, like thinner boxes like this will do it. Like
where it like can like sometimes he'll build it inside of the box.
Yeah, see how thick the Mona Lisa is. They couldn't do it with this one.
The Mona Lisa, she's thick.
Yeah,
Eric said she's thick.
But this one they were able to do it because of how thin the box was.
Yeah. Also, Lego has been telling us that they're gonna start using paper bags. Like
they did.
But where?
I'm pretty sure the Venerator had paper.
It had some paper, but like. I'm just saying, it's what a waste. Here, I'm gonna give this to you since you stole my Mona Lisa box for the trash. Okay, so you said I only need 2 of these.
That's what the book says.
Yeah. And then I need bag number 4.
Oh, this is how I know this is old.
Why?
So they bagged them up 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think I need to pick through all 4 bags.
Oh, like you just open everything
I
at
think.
once and
Let
you
me
just
see.
like do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my, that's...
Oh no, okay, no, okay. 1 and 2 are for the dragster. 3 and 4 are for the challenger.
I was gonna say that would be really intense if they did that to you. I found that. Oh, duh. I was like, where's my bag for?
Look at how many stickers, and this is just for the dragster.
Yeah, most of the car Legos, they have like a stupid amount of stickers. Because they're like, well, because you like all like the racing cars and they're all like sponsored and they have.
Yeah.
Do you have a? Oh, is that one usable? That blue one over there?
No, it is not.
Thank you. I don't have any of them, and this
My other ones that I have in the drawers are full of pieces that have to get put into a plastic bag. So
I have a big plastic bag in the bottom of there.
yeah.
You're not trying to keep them separate, are you?
Some of them I have. That one has to be separate, but
Because it's like special for the car.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fuzzy. Okay, anyway, hi guys. Sorry. Not trying to ignore you. So some life updates.
Can you
Well,
twist me more.
you want to be more.
Or, should I be?
What?
I'd say ask the viewers, but it's a little late.
What do you need?
I was gonna say, do I need to be in the frame more? But
I think you're good. As long as your face isn't blurry, that's what I care about. I think you're good.
okay.
Just scoot closer to the table.
I
There
just don't want
she
to bump
is.
the table.
I'm more worried about the soda that's there. Oh, put it there. There you go. Now you can take that off, and now you look at how much more room you have. Just put it here. Or not. All right, bye, Eric. All right. Anyways, oh, that was almost so dangerous. That was
You're
aggressive.
spilling.
I
everywhere.
know. I'm sorry. So, anyways, life updates. The last time we chatted, we were going to the beach house for Father's Day. Yeah, because I already told you guys about the roof and all of that stuff. So yeah, we went to Minnesota Key for Father's Day, and that was a lot of fun. We were there seeing Eric's dad, but we also saw like his stepmom and his sister. His brother is up living in Wisconsin now because he got a new job up there. So we unfortunately didn't get to see him, but we got to see everybody else, and it was good. The weather was like perfect.
Yeah, it was hot out though. Like my God.
Yeah, it was
dying.
It was pretty warm. But we went to the beach. Did we go to the... No, we got there at, like, night the first day,
Yeah,
right?
no, the first night we got there, because we left after I got home from work, so around 6. And then I got home early that day. I forgot, because I had worked extra or something, I think.
Yeah. You didn't work from home that day, but you did get off a little
Yeah, I got earlier, so we left at, like, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh, no, we left at, like, 5.
Oh, we got dinner. Oh my gosh, I was
away.
craving Waffle House. So, sometimes, let me know in the comments, do you guys ever like crave breakfast for dinner sometimes? I was like dying. I was like, I need like something breakfast, and we have a Waffle House like down the street from us, and I was like, I need that specifically.
Yeah.
So we ate at Waffle House.
Yeah, and then we drove down, and it was only like an hour and a half to get to Minnesota.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we got there, we had, because we had dinner on our own. We got there at like 9 o'clock-ish. And then
we were just up talking.
We were just up chatting, and then we went to bed. And then the next day, we went down to the beach, but, well, actually, every time we go, his dad rents a...
golf cart?
A golf cart. I
Yeah.
always want to say go-kart, but it's golf cart.
I mean...
He rented a golf cart, and that's like, honestly, I don't know about you, but that's like one of my favorite things that we do when we go to the beach is just going up and down and like looking at all the really nice houses and stuff, and like just looking out. Eric's always the driver in every situation ever, so I kind of feel bad because I feel like you have to pay attention and you can't really look.
I mean, I can look.
I know, but like it's not the same when you can just like freely just look around,
Yeah.
But still, so we did that, and we drove up and down the Key multiple times, just like looking at all the houses and stuff. Also, it's been a year since like the massive hurricanes came through and like hit Minnesota really hard.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see like the rebuild process, like what has been fixed within a year. And some things they just tore down completely. Some things there you can see rebuilding happening. And then other things still are completely destroyed. Like there's 2 entrance points to the Key. There's and there's 2 public beaches on either side of the Key where those main entrances lead to, and then the middle of the Key is
Just dropping everything.
there you go. Right here. The middle of the Key is more residential, so would you say the south side entrance of the key?
No, that's the north side entrance.
Oh, okay, the north side entrance of the key.
Because it's by Sarasota.
Yeah, Oh, I just got myself so turned around when you said that.
Yeah, because we come in normally on the south side because it's closer to the house, and that's by Englewood and all that. The north side is where you would go if you want to go to like Sarasota.
Because we're on the west coast.
And we're south of Sarasota.
You're right. You know what's so funny is like growing up on the East Coast, I get so confused sometimes when I think about like, because I always use the water as my like where I am, and I'm like, wait, well if the water's here, then that's the south one. It's like no, it's West Coast water. So the one that's at the top, that's the north one. So I got myself confused. But anyway, the north entrance is completely destroyed. Eric, you saw it when it was like fresh, right?
Yeah. So what happened? I'm trying to remember what hurricane it was even that took it out the first time.
Ian?
It might have been Ian.
I think it was Ian.
So Hurricane Ian, because the road is just that. It's a road, and right on, if you're driving north, the road is just a brand new paved road, and on the left side is going to be just the beach, and on the right side is just mangrove trees, just nothing but mangrove trees, and like maybe a couple houses spread in. So after Ian, it like maybe halfway down the road, the road halfway down the drive, the road had cracked, and they had to replace the whole thing.
During Ian, yeah.
That was after Ian.
Yeah.
So we went back, and we saw the road fresh. It was all brand new paved and everything. And then what was it? It was the one that came through
the two.
It was Helene. No.
Yeah, Helene and the M1.
Milton.
Yeah.
Milton. Yeah. So those two came through, and it just destroyed the whole road.
Again.
Yeah. Before it was just a small portion, so they were able to still let people go up to a certain point, and then you'd have to go ahead and turn around. This one, no, the whole thing is gone. So we drove up to where we were allowed to go, and then there was like a stop. There was like a couple cones with like caution tape across them.
Him and his father don't listen to anything that says
Well, there was
no.
a stop. There was a stop sign too, and it was like, you can't pass through here. Take a different route. And I'm like, okay, well, and it's going across the whole road. I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? And he's like, oh, just go around the stop sign. And
yeah, he's
just
like, I do it all the
grass.
time. Just drive in the grass, go around it.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, whatever. If they pull me over, I'm gonna just start speaking Spanish and pray. So we go ahead and we go through, and it's just a big pile of rubble of all the road from that portion just stacked up right on the other side of the cones. Like there's a little bit of a bend when you get to the lot, because the public beach that's by there is like is a state park. So you can go ahead and go in there, and there's like some trails and all that. And on the other side of it is the beach, and the parking lot is there by the state park side. And to get to the road that heads to Sarasota, you have to kind of do like a little bit of a curve towards the right. So when we go around the curve, we just see this big pile of rubble. So we're like, oh wow, and then we kind of drive to the side a little bit, and we see there are multiple piles of rubble down the whole road. And I'm like, oh, the whole road is gone. That's it. There's no more road. So they're having to fix that now. That was quite an interesting sight.
Yeah. And then we were like, there were some, interestingly enough, there were some bigger houses that looked fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there were a bunch of houses that were like on stilts.
Those are newer ones. That's why. The newer ones
newer meaning like they weren't there, but like before.
Newer construction. They have different code standards.
Do they do some not cement? Or yeah, cement.
Cement, cinder blocks
on the top.
Yeah. So a lot of the new code for Florida and like the beachy areas and like certain counties is that you have to have cinder block on both. There are some areas that still allow wood on the second story, but the wood has to be treated a certain way so that way it can withstand hurricane force winds.
Right.
But
and there's not a bunch of houses on stilts, but there are some houses that are on stilts.
Yeah. A lot of this way. A lot of the older houses aren't currently up to code, so they weren't built to stand against the winds that we get now during hurricanes, which is crazy. So those are the ones that got damaged.
But yeah, it was so sad to see it. And I remember like during Ian when it hit Fort Myers really bad, like Fort Myers is where we went to college, and so like that whole beach town was destroyed, and like we just have so many memories going there. But like it can come back. Like they
can. It's gonna take a while,
rebuild it. What's hard with Minnesota is like a lot of the people that own property in Minnesota own multiple things. Like usually like one, like there might be like 2 or 3 restaurants owned by the same family.
Yeah, well that's what happened with what's her name? Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad, because Mr. President.
You're no better.
Listen here.
You're no better.
He knows there's this family over on Minnesota Key. I don't know their last names. We know the daughter's name.
Which is irrelevant.
I know, but we know the daughter's name. Her name is Katie, and her whole family has like multiple rental properties on the Key. And when my dad first bought his house there, they were starting up to do like restaurant service stuff. So they actually had done like a food truck, and it was great. We went every time we would go down to the Key. We'd go. They finally built an actual like restaurant. They took over an existing shop and did an addition to it, and it's on the canal.
Called like the Beachcomber?
Yeah, it's the Beachcomber. But that's also the name of like the rental property, like
the
company.
rent a room or
right.
whatever.
So they go ahead and they have all these rental properties. All the rental properties are destroyed. They were all non-habitable. Like, and they're I asked my dad about it when we were there this past weekend. I was like, look, what are they gonna do with these? Because they have multiple not duplexes, but quadplexes, where there's 4.
Oh, I was like, what the heck is a quadplex?
Where they have the 4 different living areas in one building, and they have like 3 or 4 of them across the island. So that's what 12 to 16 different places that they could be
that
heading
you still
into.
If they're like who knows if the mortgage is paid yet? Like you'll still have to pay a mortgage and do all that.
They have all these different living areas that they can go ahead and be renting out, but they're all destroyed. And I asked my dad, I'm like, what are they going to do with all these? And he said, "Oh, I think they're going to go ahead and just kind of let them go. They're going to fix them up, sell them off, and then let them go. The restaurant's making so much money that they're like, we're good."
Yeah, the Key, ironically, the Key does have like a decent amount of food places for it being kind of a small Key.
Yeah.
But there are like the main 5, I would say, that are like the staple that everybody goes to.
Yeah, it's the Beachcomber, it's the White Elephant, the Lock and Key, the Waverly,
and Magnolia's.
And Magnolia's is owned by the same people that own the Lock and Key.
But Magnolia's hasn't reopened, and we never got to eat there.
No, Magnolia's.
I hope they reopen.
Yeah, Magnolia's is not reopened. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta do it 4 times. Okay, I see. Yeah, Magnolia's is not open. It's like an upscale beach establishment, and it's pretty cool.
Is it dinner?
Yeah, it's dinner and lunch. And what they do is that they change their menu based on the season. They have seasonal items. They have like some stuff that they carry all year round, but they have a lot of seasonal items that and it's a lot of it's based on availability, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to go. I hope they reopen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were there. Saturday we just kind of like went up and down the beach like with the golf cart and just like drove around and saw a bunch of stuff. That's like very reminiscent of my childhood. I don't know if you did this when you were growing up in South Florida, but like I would love to go in my car and like we would just drive up and down A1A. A1A is like a big beach road in South Florida, and like that's where like all the mansions are and like all the really nice houses. And fun fact, my grandmother, God bless her soul, when she was alive and working still, she would clean those houses. And so I got to go inside a lot of them as a kid, which was so fun. Like, she would be like, she was a maid for like the rich people that lived in South Florida, and a lot of them lived on A1A. And so like we would go and she would like go, and sometimes she wouldn't just clean houses, like she would also like watch their dogs or like whatever. And so sometimes on like the weekends, or if she was watching me for my parents, like I would stay with her at these like rich people's houses like over the weekends, and like their grandkids would have like the best, their bedrooms were like humongous and they had every toy you could ever think of, and like I got to play in their rooms and do that stuff while my grandmother was cleaning, and it was just like awesome. Anyway, but did you do that a lot, like going up and down A1A?
No, not really.
Oh man, that was like, I just love to look at like, even when I go on vacation, I like to like look at big houses or like architecture, and I just think it's fun. One of the bummers though, while we were in Minnesota, was the water was really, really rough.
Yeah, it was super rough.
So we got like his family are more of like evening beach people, or like late afternoon beach people.
Yeah.
So we didn't get down there until like 3:00?
3:30ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. And so we got down there, and I'm the type of person where like I have to put my sunscreen on in the house, because I will like beeline it into the water and I will not stop or pass go or collect $200. So like I cannot be bothered to put on sunscreen once I arrive at the beach, so I have to put it on like before I go there, because I'm getting in the water instantly. Like, I'm just beelining it for the water. So I do that. I go, like, beeline it for the water. And all of a sudden, like, you know, from the shore, you're like, oh, it looks like it could be a little rough, whatever. But then you're in it, and you don't realize it till you're in the water. But, like, the shore went out, like, maybe, like, 5 feet. And then there was a drop-off. And once you're at that drop-off, like, again, you're only 5 feet from, like the beach itself, but the drop-off happened, so now I can't stand anymore, which is fine. Like, again, I'm born and raised in Florida. I consider myself a very good swimmer. But, like, when you're not standing on the floor, the waves are, like, coming, like, they're coming at your face. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's rougher when you're, like, eye level with the swell versus, like, standing on a beach, like, with it hitting your legs. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it, like, we were in there for, like, 10 minutes, and then we were like, yeah, we give up. Like, we would literally be in the water for, like, 20 minutes, and we'd be, like, halfway down the beach, and we couldn't even see, like, our umbrellas anymore.
Yeah.
So we didn't stay in the water for very long, but we did, like, hang out on the beach, and, like, he had his dad has, like, one of those canopy tent things, so, like, we were under the canopy. The breeze was really nice. We were just chilling, and then we went to dinner that night at the,
what is it called? South?
no, we were gonna go to South Beach, but then we went to
Farlow's.
Farlow's.
We went to Farlow's.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
went
it's
there.
called.
And that was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really, really good. And then we went back to the beach to watch the sunset. It was a little cloudy, but I think I actually popped in some video in the end of my last Whip and Chat. If you go to the very end, I put in a bunch of clips from our trip, and because I edited it after we came home, and you can see, like, the sunset. It was like, there was a lot of cloud coverage, so you didn't see, like, the big orange ball, but you did see, like, the cotton candy sky, and it was really pretty. It was really, really pretty. And then, yeah, these weekends always go so fast, because, like, we get there late on Friday, and then we have to go home Sunday because we have work the next day or whatever. But Sunday we woke up, we did Father's Day with his dad, did gifts and all that. His sister made him a carrot cake, which was delicious.
Yes.
And then we went back to the beach, but the water was still really rough. And I was like, Eric, you owe me water that I can get in and not, like, drown. And he was like, fine. So we decided that the following weekend, which, again, for you guys was just this last Saturday. For us, it was yesterday. We had a pool day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was told that I would be able to be in the water.
And you were.
And I was yesterday, but not last weekend, because,
well, that's a different issue.
yeah, that was a little wild. So yeah, we went home after we did still go to the beach, like I said, and we still hung out and, like, just chatted, because we only get to see his parents, like, a couple times a year. So, like,
yeah.
Whenever we can, we do try to, like, hang out for an extended time and just, like, see them. My parents, like, my mom and my stepdad are the only ones who actually live in the Tampa Bay area. My dad is in North Carolina. His mom and dad are in South Florida. So it's, like, hard for us. Like, so whenever we're with everybody, we try to stick around as long as we can. And I really like it when we go to Minnesota, because it's not that far.
Yeah,
like,
it's not much farther.
Like, we can get home in, like, what, 2 hours?
At most, yeah.
Right. Which, when we were in school in Fort Myers, we would get home. Woo! That fell off. We would get home in about the same time, because it was, like, halfway between Tampa and South Florida, which was nice. So then we had work on Monday. Let me tell you what, taking a week off of work and then going back to work, like, it is so disorienting, and it's just like, you really question yourself. You're like, why do I have a job? Like, I understand that I have needs and I have bills, but why? Like, why must we all suffer as a society and work? It's just so unfortunate. But I did go back to work on Monday, unfortunately. But I did catch up faster than I thought I was going to, because, again, he wasn't off for a week. He went to work all the week prior to Father's Day, and then we went to the beach house, and then we came home on Sunday night. So for him, it was like Monday work was like a normal day.
Yeah.
But for me, I was catching up on, like, a week's worth of emails and, like, you know, everything that was on fire. And they were like, this is what you missed, and da-da-da. But, like, pretty much by, like, Tuesday morning, I will say I was like, all right, I'm back. I'm good. We're fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is on fire anymore. Whatever. So that was good, because normally when I take a week off, I'm just expecting, like, doom and gloom, but it wasn't really that bad. I was gonna say, let me talk about my boss, and then I want you to tell them about your job update. So, for my boss's boss, the person who's like the director over our whole like student affairs area, she is retiring, and she's retiring in August. And so she had mentioned when she told us she was retiring that they were gonna start like posting her position, and they were going to start looking for a replacement, and she was like hoping to be part of that while she was still here, so she could like help us like vet who we think would be a good fit, whatever. And so that is slowly starting to come to fruition. We had I think there's five top candidates at this point. So we haven't met any of them yet, but we know they exist. I need two. Oh wait, no, I already have the two. Sorry, I was confused. So we have, I think, top 5 candidates. One of the things that makes it particularly juicy and interesting is that I don't know this for sure, but I believe my boss is going for her old job, which I think would be fantastic if he got it, because if he got it, that means maybe I have an opportunity to move up eventually, which in my job, I feel like I have like one more step to go before I'm like, this is where I want to be until the day I retire. Even if I stayed where I'm at right now in my job until I retired, I would be completely happy. Like, no complaints. Like, I'm happy with my role. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with my everything. But one more little, I would just be like, I've reached the pinnacle of what I want to be doing. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully they said the interviews will happen in like July, which was kind of funny because they were like, hey, so we're gonna do this in July, try not to like take too much time off. Meanwhile, I'm like, it's the 4th of July, who's not gonna take time off around the 4th of July?
I mean, we were so
well, yeah, and we're like potentially getting on a plane, so they're not gonna care. But the first one, they've already put one on our calendar, and I'm free for it. So I was like, good, I'm not gonna upset anybody like immediately. But yeah, and I want to meet all the candidates because obviously like this person is gonna be my boss's boss, which means they're my boss too, and I want to have a good impression, and I want to get to know them, and I want to be part of the choosing process, because you're essentially choosing the person that like you're going to be dealing with, you know, for the next however long. And I want to make sure that my input is counted. So yeah, that's going on at work right now. So that's like the big thing that we've all been just like talking about and discussing, is like, we're wondering like who the candidates are going to be, and like, do we know them? Again, I think my boss is one of them, not confirmed, but like one of my other friends told me that she had a couple people reach out to her about the position like before, and I was like, oh, okay, so like, you know, maybe we'll know some people that are applying, which I think is kind of nice. Like if you already have like some sort of relationship, it's like, okay, well, at least we've already established that like understanding and trust a little bit. It's just about, at this point, it's just about like, you know, what are your goals? Do they align with our goals? Is it a good fit? Is honestly personality, like all of that really matters. I feel like there's a lot of jobs where like most people could do the job, but it's like, do you gel well with the team that's already in place? Because if there's just a lot of conflict, you can shatter a perfectly well-oiled machine quickly if people are like infighting. So yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. I feel like there's lots of
infighting.
Yeah, like people.
No, like you're saying that's what I'm really looking forward to, infighting.
No, I'm not looking at infighting. I'm looking forward to picking someone who won't instigate infighting.
Mm-hmm. I
don't want a wolf in the chicken's coop.
It was recorded.
What?
Viewers, you tell me if she means that she's looking forward to infighting or not.
I don't want infighting. No thank you. I don't like work drama. I am not that girl. You know what I do like though? I like it when other people have work drama.
Oh yeah.
Like when you tell me about work drama at your job, I'm all ears. But I don't want to hear work drama at my job. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's 2 extra pieces. Somehow I've already messed this up.
How do you have 2 extra pieces?
And they're like big pieces.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you not do a cross part?
Yeah. All right. While I fix this, why don't you tell them about your job experiences currently?
So, we have someone who's the director of one of the departments. She officially announced, and I think we hinted at this earlier, that the reason that I'm not getting an office immediately is because there's an opening coming up that they want me to look into and maybe be considered for and all that.
Yeah, I think you can say it again, but I think you did.
Yeah, so we were in talks about getting me an office, and then this opening possibly came into fruition, and they're like, well, wait, because if you're interested in this, we might be able to give you this, or you might be able to apply for it and maybe get it depending on the application pool, and then we can deal with it at that point in time. And the position comes with an office because it's a director position. I was like, okay. So the woman who is leaving has officially announced her retirement. She is leaving on Halloween.
Fun.
And they are going to be doing an internal application at some point soon. They want to have the process get started quickly.
Have they done it yet?
No.
Oh, so you haven't actually applied yet?
No, because they actually haven't put it out yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and put it out. I don't know when. I don't know. They kind of do these things and they're like, okay, here it is. And then
you have 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have 2 weeks to run for it. So I'm still waiting on the actual position to get posted.
We need to update your resume.
I know. Once that happens, then I will go ahead and throw my hat in for it, and then we'll just kind of see what the deal is going to be at that point. But yeah, I mean, that's been pretty much it as far as work stuff. She leaves, and they want to have some kind of crossover with her and whoever comes in for the position, so she can kind of like train them a little bit in what she does.
But didn't you say that they're like,
to an extent?
Yeah, they don't want you to be.
Yeah.
When someone's had a role for how many years?
She's been there for a long time.
Woo! Yeah, when someone's been in a role for a really, really, really long time, sometimes they like make up their own rules. And sometimes that's not the standard necessarily that the business or the organization wants.
Yeah.
So, training with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Training with a grain of salt. That's the way to put it. But yeah, so that's what's going on with my work updates. I'm just waiting on that to get officially posted, and then we'll see what happens from there. If I do end up getting the position, it's going to be very interesting because I do a lot of things for my current job and my current department that we try to train some of my because the way that my department works is, hold on, I'm trying to get this in. Okay. The way that my department works is like, there's my boss, there's my boss's boss who's above all of us, then there's my boss, there's me, and then we have like these three, is it three? No, it's two now. It's two people that work, that are our case, our higher up case managers, and then the rest of the case managers. So we tried teaching the case managers who are one level up how to do some of the stuff that I do. And it was one thing. I run a report every
month.
Well, I'm supposed to do it every month, and I've been so busy. I'm actually doing 3 months worth of reports now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been taking me a little bit because we had new hires come in that I had to train at the same time while covering other. It was a whole thing.
Can you just look at our cat right now?
Yeah.
Sorry, he's just laying next to us with his head like almost underneath our big thing. It's just funny. He's so tired.
So we tried to show them like how I run these reports because it's very straightforward. Once you do one or two, it's very straightforward. It's very easy to do. You get used to it. But it's a lot of Excel. It's a lot of Excel work. And we tried showing it to them, and we were in a meeting for an hour with me showing them how to run it for one division. We have 11 where I work at. For one division. And I could see the smoke coming out of the ears. So my boss was like, all right, we're going to go ahead and revamp this to make it a little easier and maybe revamp the process. And I'm like, I don't know if you want to revamp the process. This is how I've been getting accurate information for the past 4 years that I've been doing this. So yeah, we'll see how that happens. But it's going to be interesting if I do eventually leave, like how they're going to handle my roles and responsibilities. So, but yeah, that's my work updates.
Yeah, so basically what that means is I have lots of extra time to finish Angel of Justice.
Pretty much.
But you said both offices are a decent size.
Oh yeah, both offices are a decent size. I imagine that if they, because part of what they were going to tell me too was like, my boss's boss was going to go ahead and be like, once they put the application out, they were going to kind of give me the heads up to be like, okay, yes, go for it, or like, no. Or they were going to tell me like, if they were going to tell me yes or no, to even bother with it, depending on who applies for it.
Yeah, there was one guy that like has been doing his works in that department.
Yeah, and he would be a shoo-in for it. Like, there would be no question
if
about
he
it.
wanted it. But he's not young either.
No, he's not. But and his goals are a little different than my goals at the moment. But he may turn around and just be like, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway.
Throw your hat in the ring type
Right.
of thing.
So they said that if that does happen, they were going to let me know, so that way I didn't get like my hopes up or anything. So it would just be straight up like, hey, look, you know, you can still apply if you want to, but we saw this person did apply, so...
I think I'm of the mindset that, like, even if you know you're not going to get a job, or even if you think a job is outside of your reach a little bit, I still think it's not a bad idea to apply, because it shows your interest in a higher position. Like, it shows your bosses that you are interested in pursuing more than what you're doing right now, and, like, it gives them an opportunity to hear you talk about yourself in a way that maybe that conversation doesn't happen as often. Like, maybe it only comes up in an annual review. And, like, one of the interviews, like, he recently had applied for a position that's kind of, like, not similar, because this one he has way more of a chance of getting, but the one that I asked him to apply for a while ago, it was, like, this super bigwig position that, like, truly he had, like, no reason to apply. No chance. But I told him, I was like, if you continue to put yourself out there in those types of situations, they're going to give you the courtesy interview because you work there, because they love him. And it gives him an opportunity to talk to, like, the head of the entire AOC and be like, hey, I'm interested in leadership. Like, these are my skills. What? And then, like, when they eventually say, like, oh, whatever, we went with this person that has, like, whatever experience, that gives him the opportunity to be like, okay, like, what can I do to make myself more poised for leadership positions in the future? And, like, I think they really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because after that interview happened, where we knew he wasn't going to get it, but I told him to apply
that's
anyway.
where all this came about.
That's when they came to him before the chick even announced she was retiring, and was like, hey,
this is happening.
This might happen. We're thinking of you. And I'm like, all right, there you go. That's exactly what you want to happen. You want to be in people's minds, because if he hadn't have done that, they might have just been like, oh, we're just going to post it. And then he would be like, I don't know if I'm going to apply. And then, you know, whatever. So I think it's good to be strategic.
Yeah.
I'm already confused. Oh my gosh. The one thing with Lego is when, like, you figure out later that you have to do the same thing twice. I just built this thing, which is probably, like, the backing of this, where the, like, beautiful, like, design will go on top of. I'm basically gonna have to build this exact thing again, so it can be the bottom portion. But I wish they would have told me that before, because I could have just built it side by side, so I only had to do it once. But here I am, Vicini, back at the beginning. Anyway, so yeah, those are Eric's work updates. Do you want to talk about our Friday night game night that we had that lasted until 6 a.m.?
Jesus.
6 a.m. We went to our friend Casey and Sarah. We love them dearly.
Yes.
They don't live very far from us, and they had a while ago invited us to their house for a game night. They had a couple of their friends coming up from, like, Punta Gorda or whatever, and we know them. We've met them before.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, like, we had a game night a couple weeks ago, and they had mentioned, like, you guys should come. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, we're so down. We love...
No, it was demanded that we appear.
Okay, well, whatever. We were demanded. We were very heavily requested, our appearance. So we were like, yeah, no, we're so down. And so they were like, oh, yeah, Friday after work, be here by, like, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we're going to do a game night. And I was like, sweet. So we go over. Everybody brought food. There was, like, charcuterie boards. There was... Casey made, like, a basmati rice with orange chicken, which was freaking delicious. And then Eric made a spinach artichoke dip, and we had chips with that. And Sarah made gluten-free bread, which was...
Casey made gluten-free bread.
Whatever. They made gluten-free bread, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And gluten-free cookies, which were delicious. Sarah has a lot of, like, gluten allergies and intolerances and stuff, but, like, they know how to make food taste good. That doesn't have bad stuff in it, which is great. So yeah, we did that. And what else did we have? They had, like, a huge table full of snacks.
Yeah.
We had, like, Selena Gomez Oreos.
Yeah, the Selena Gomez Oreos, which taste like churros.
I didn't particularly like the Selena Gomez Oreos.
I thought they tasted good.
Hot topic. Or hot take.
Hot take.
Hot topic. Anyway. So yeah, we went over there, and it was Casey and Sarah, Eric and I, and then his 3 other friends, Jaren, Joey, and Caitlin. And Caitlin I hadn't met before, but Joey and Jaren I had. Had you met Joey before?
I honestly don't remember.
Either way, they're a hoot. They're all a hoot. And so we're there, we eat dinner first, we're talking, we're hanging out, whatever, and then we're like, okay, it's game time. So we start playing games at like 8:30.
Yeah, because they got
there a little late.
Well, they got there a little late. They were supposed to, because it was raining really bad. They were supposed to get to the house at like 7. Ashley and I got to the house at like, we also got to the house.
Oh, like 7:15.
Yeah. Well, no, we got to the house at 7. They were supposed to be there at 7. They had apparently texted Casey to be like, hey, we're going to be a little late because of the traffic, whatever. So they got to the house at like 7:30. 7:30 rolls, they come in, we eat, and then we are like, after we eat, it's like 8:30 and we start playing games. So we started with Bang, if I remember correctly.
Yes, which Bang is a really fun game. Bang is a game where it's like an Old West character. You're a bunch of Old Western characters, and you have these little like bullet coins, and that's like your life.
Yeah.
And basically like there's roles. So there's a sheriff, a deputy, an outlaw, and a renegade. And the sheriff's job is to stay alive. The deputy's job is to keep the sheriff alive. The outlaw's job is to kill the sheriff. And then the renegade's job is to be the last man standing and kill the sheriff and then, like, be the last man. But the sheriff, like, you have to live all the way to the end, kill the sheriff, and then be the last one alive. That's the renegade. So nobody knows what each other's roles are, and so you're just playing, and it's, like, a very, like, social, psychological game, and it's a lot of fun. And it was funny because, they kept shooting each other. Like, Caitlin was trying to kill Jaren, but they were both... No, Jaren was the renegade, and Caitlin was the deputy.
And then Joey was the sheriff. Joey shot Caitlin and killed her.
Because he felt she was suspicious, but, well... It started with, like, Joey was like, he was like, well, what are you, Caitlin? And she was like, I'm not going to tell you. And then he's like, oh, she's an outlaw. And started shooting her. So she was like, oh, it's going to be like that. So she retaliated and just tried to kill him, even though she was literally on his team.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious.
Well, and the kicker was she still won.
Yes.
Because Joey lived.
Joey technically lived because Jaren was the renegade and he lost.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was really fun. What did we play after that?
Oh no, my stickers.
Oh, yeah.
After that, we played. What did we play? Because it was Jaren that picked Munchkins.
Oh, Munchkins. If you've ever played Munchkins, let us know in the comments. That's a really fun game.
It is.
It took a minute to... Yeah, we have like a basic version.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's on the Steam.
Yeah, no, we have the basic one.
Munchkins is like a game where it's almost kind of like a little like D&D style.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a dungeon crawl board game, but it's all cards.
Yeah, it's all cards, and so you basically, your goal is to get to level 10 by killing a monster at the end.
Yeah.
So every time it's your turn, you flip over a card that's a monster card, and you have to fight it, and your power has to be better than its power. But other people at the table can help you or hurt you. So like they can help you kill the monster to help you level up, and maybe they ask for something in return. Or if they don't want you to like level up or kill the monster, they might have cards that like make the monster bigger or like hurt you in some way or take away your armor. And so it's just like a lot of back and forth. And freaking Casey won because Jaren
Casey, so part of it is like
you get races and classes.
Yeah, you get races and classes. So Jaren, Casey, and Joey all were clerics. And then Jaren lost his cleric at some point. He had to sell it off to level up or something. I don't know. It was one of the game mechanics. And Casey stayed as a cleric. Casey was getting ready to win.
Like already.
Yeah, he
on
was.
His own.
Because the way that you win is that you have to get to level 10 and then you have to beat a monster. That's how you do it. So Casey was level 9. And there's a card in there called Divine Intervention. And
I'm so impressed that you remember that.
Jaren had pulled the card, and what it does is that if you are a cleric and you get a level up, and in the card it specifically says, if this level up would get you to level 10, you do not have to defeat the monster, you win. And they just happen to be in there. So Jaren pulls the card and he's looking at it, he's like, I don't know what this does. And Casey's freaking out because he's like, oh my god, I won. And we're like,
you just won.
What are you talking about? You still got to beat the monster. He's like, no, read the rules. So I read the card and yeah, sure enough. It said in there, even though you leveled up, you still have to, you go ahead and you win. You don't have to fight the monster. And I'm like...
Because you're a cleric.
Yeah, because you're a cleric. And I'm like, man, what a way to win.
Yeah, literally, he got one. He won because someone else made him win.
Yeah.
And then we played, was it my pick after that?
Yeah, it was yours.
We played, oh, it was one of those, like, get to know you games.
Who would do it or something like that? It was like a game where you have to vote on like who's most likely to.
Oh yeah. It was a game where it's like it's just like a get to know you card game where it would be like who's most likely to like jump off of their roof into a pool, who's most likely to go streaking or whatever. Like it was just like one of those funny whatever card games. And so we all had like these little whiteboards, and so we would have to write the person's name. And there was no winner of this game. There's only a loser, and it's whoever gets 7 cards loses. So it's just like a biggest loser game. So essentially, like if the table votes you 7 times, like you lose. But like it's just fun. Those games I never really pay attention to the rules. I just like the get to know you aspect of it. So I like to like ask the questions, and then everybody votes. Which, in hindsight, was an interesting choice that I made because not everyone knew each other really well. So, like Casey knew all of us really well, and Sarah, but like some of them, like I was just guessing. Like that was the first time I had ever met Caitlin, so I was just like, that was a choice, Ashley. But whatever, it was still fun. And then Eric picked this freaking game.
It was called Ducking.
Your head is totally out of frame.
Oh,
just
sorry.
stay on this side, that way they can see you. There you go.
It was called Ducking High. And I thought it was like a gag game that someone had bought for them, but no, Sarah had actually bought it for herself, which I thought was...
Which they don't smoke at all, so it was just hilarious. I'm like, why do you have this game? And she was just like, I just thought it was funny. I looked up what some of the cards were, and it was funny. It was like another one of those games where it's like, get to know you, or like, just like, get your opinions on things. Obviously, it's meant for people who are completely toasted, but none of us were even drinking, so it was just really funny to like read some of the cards and be like whatever. But one of like the cards would be like if there were like no rules and the only rule was you couldn't murder, what would be the second rule that you would make? Yeah. Or like what were some of the other good ones?
If you could create a law right now, what law would you put in? There was one where it was like, if you could, oh my god, what was it? If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
If you could control someone else's body, who would it be and what would you make them do?
Right.
I said I would find a masseuse and get forever back massages. That was my answer to that, because I was like, yes. But yeah, it was a fun game, but it ended up being like, so that game took us to like what 2 a.m.
Well, because it
was already so late.
Well, I honestly I had pulled that game because I was like, it'd be fun like talking and whatever. I didn't realize that we were gonna play it until 2 a.m. I thought after a while people were gonna be like, all right, let's get something else.
We stopped playing by the rules because there were like points, and after a certain amount of people getting the card, because it's like Cards Against Humanity where the judge picks the best answer and gives that person the card. Yeah. We just kept going in a circle over and over and over again, and then it was 2 a.m. Yeah. And then we kind of stopped playing the game, and we were just talking, and then we started talking about travel, and we realized that all of us want to go to Japan, and that Joey's gone like 8 times. Yeah.
That's his big trip every year, I guess.
Yeah, so he goes to Japan a lot. But I was like, so I was talking with Jaron, and I was like, oh my gosh, it would be so cool to like, because he wants to see like, what did he call it? He was like, I want to go to feudal Japan. Yeah.
He wants to go check out, like, old-style Japan.
Yeah, and I'm like... And he was talking about Mount Fuji, and I'm obsessed with the mountains. So I'm like, yes, I will go to Mount Fuji with you, and whatever. Eric's in it for the food, 100%.
Always.
He's literally travels to eat, so he would go anywhere, but Japan is on our bucket list also. Yes. Or just, like, Asia in general, really. Yeah. So we were just talking about that, and then we got to this level of, like... so tired that we were like drunk tired, like, you know when you're so tired like you feel drunk on lack of sleep? That was us. So then we were just talking in circles about absolute nonsense for like hours, and then it was 5 a.m.
Well, and Casey and Sarah realized what time it was because Sarah has like I don't even know what to call it, like an indoor hydroponic farm, like, but it's like small, it's like this big. It has like, basil and
it has like the lamp on top.
It's got the UV light, so that light automatically turns on at 4. So it turns on, and Casey and Sarah are like,
they look at each
it's
other.
4. Yeah. I was like, it's 4.
Teehee, thank God it was Friday.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, did you mess up?
No. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I did not. So so we realized it was 4. Ignored that fact and kept talking. I was so tired. We were sitting on the couch and I was like having a conversation with my eyes that literally closed.
I felt bad. Caitlin was falling asleep in the chair.
Yeah, well, and like their like dining room table has like these wooden benches, which is very similar to ours.
Yeah.
So like after a while, everybody's butt was going numb, and we were like falling asleep. But like we just kept talking. We just didn't stop. So.
Oh my God! I remember what the rule was for Jaren, the free BBLs.
Oh my gosh, that's what it was. Jaren was going on and on. Okay, let me paint a picture of Jaren for you. Jaren is, I would say, 6'2".
No, a little taller than that. I think he's like 6'4".
6'4". He's very tall.
Yeah, super tall.
Think like a farmer body style. Like he's very like he works with his hands a lot. He owns a lot of guns.
No, he's parsed down his collection according to Caitlin.
He still owns a lot of guns.
He still owns a few guns.
For
not as much
Eric's
as he used
bachelor
to.
party, for our wedding, his bachelor party, and Casey's bachelor party. Jaren was in charge of those bachelor parties. They did not get drunk. They did not do this drinking, but they literally went out into the middle of Arcadia, which is nothing, Florida. They went out there and they just shot things.
Yeah.
With all of Jaren's own weapons. Like, he had his own guns.
He had some cool stuff out there, too.
He had his own ammo.
They bought all the ammo. They
Yeah.
split the cost of the ammo. But yeah, he had a lot of cool stuff. Like, he had, like, some old World War II guns and all that. It was really cool.
Civil War guns and, like, rifles. Yeah, like, Jaren is, like... And at one point, his actual job was, like, he would take clients out, like, boar hunting and stuff.
Yeah, when he was younger, he was a guide for boar hunting.
Yeah, like, you know, that people would come out to him and, like, he would literally take people out. And, like, he's, like, one of those people that is, like... one of the most, like, they've lived so much life and they're so young.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old he is. Is he 30 yet?
No. Oh, yes, he's 30, but I think he's just a couple years younger than us.
He is, like, so hilarious, and his stories are absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, stories that, like, if it weren't him telling it to me, I wouldn't believe it. But because it's him, I do believe it. And it's just absolutely insane. And, like, he always has these, like, crazy uncle stories. Like, he has like, I think 1,000 different uncles, and they're all bat crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's just so funny to listen to him. And so, again, he's, like, this big guy. He's this big, like, boar hunting, gun owning, like, middle of the woods man.
Super, super nice.
Sweet as apple pie, like, you want to bring him home to mama type of guy.
Yeah.
But when we did the one where it was like you get to make up your own rules, like what would you do if you got to make up one rule? Like,
oh no, it was
what's free?
No, if you could replace a body part, what body part would you replace?
That's what it was. He was like, no, it was the free one because Sarah was like free health. No, he said free health care, and then we were like, oh, that's such a sweet thing to say, and then he's like, because I want a Brazilian butt lift.
He wants a BBL, and we were like, why? Out of all the things that you could want, why? He went on for 20 minutes about how he's got no butt, and whenever he sits down, it hurts.
He's like, my pants don't stay up, and I have a crack in the back, and I want a BBL.
He's like, I got a crack that's 4 miles wide. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's a gun guy, so he like constantly is strapped and packing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I always coordinate my jeans with whatever holster I have.
Yeah, with whatever holster I'm carrying at that time.
Yeah, and he's like, and it drags my pants down, and he's like, God forbid I'm ever being chased. Because
he's like, God forbid I'm wearing pajamas and I got a gun on me. I'm like,
exactly, and so he was like, yeah, if I could make one thing free, it would be free healthcare, so I could get a BBL, so I could have some cake to hold up my pants.
He was like, you ever see that episode of King of the Hill where they're talking about how Hank has no butt? Like that.
He's like, it's that, but worse. Oh my God. And again, this is all happening at like whatever time in the morning.
This was at like 1.
Yeah, this was early for us, but it was so funny. Oh, so the way the evening started when we were just like eating dinner and like catching up, because we haven't seen them since Casey's wedding.
Yeah.
So Oh, that's why I thought you knew Joey, because I think Joey was there.
He was, but I don't think I met
You
Joey.
didn't get introduced?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the first time that I had met Joey, was at the wedding. Yeah, so, Jaron and all them, they come in and they sit down, and, like, Casey and Sarah are just in the kitchen, like, finishing up making the food and stuff, or preparing the food and putting it out on the table. And Jaron, we were like, oh, how are you, Jaron? Like, what have you been up to lately? And he was like, oh, he was like, I've dropped, like, what, like $1,000 on this Kickstarter last night?
Oh my god, yeah. So there's a game company that makes this game called Nemesis, which we played before.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, but it's a long game. Like,
I love long
really,
board games.
really long.
Longer the better. I love, like, Ticket to Ride and Monopoly and all that. Anyway, keep going.
No, I didn't mess this up.
Did you mess something up? Did you mess something up there?
No, I don't think I did.
Are those stickers? The Dodge?
Yeah.
Those?
Yeah, these are stickers.
You did really good.
Thanks.
They look super straight. Show them. No, don't cover it. Show
Hold
them.
on, I'm trying to figure...
Those are stickers. Look how straight he placed those. Wow, babe.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, anyway, keep going.
Is this supposed to be siding like that?
What? That's such a small sticker, or a small, like, book. Did you mess up, Mr. Making fun of...
I put them on backwards.
Eric messed up.
It's a fast fix, though.
Oh, is it a fast fix?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so there's this game.
Yeah, it's made by the same company that makes the game Nemesis. And I don't know what this new game is about, but
It's like a D&D type board game.
Oh yeah, it's a D&D type board game where they have like pre-rolled characters and you just get to play. Like you just get to pick a character and go. Like there's no like having to think about it or anything like that. You just go. So they did a Kickstarter for this new game, and Jaron and Joey were familiar with them because of the game Nemesis, and because they just make up the games in general. And Jaron was like, "Yeah, I went ahead and dropped $1,000 on this Kickstarter." And I'm like, "Did you fund the Kickstarter on your own?
Right?
Like $1,000 for a board game?" He's like, "Yeah, it comes with a lot of like miniatures and stuff." And I'm like,
there was like an extra fee you could pay for them to paint
it. It was $2,000 for them to paint it.
$2,000 for them. This thing is literally falling apart. Yeah, like $2,000 for them to
paint it for you. I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah. He's just like, "Yeah, I went ahead and dropped $1,000." And Joey's like, "Yeah, me too." I'm like,
"Yeah,
you people are crazy." Right, here I am building, I think I spent like $60 on this Lego, but...
Yeah, but was that the one that we got for free?
No. This is the one that we got from that con that we went to. Remember? That was up here?
Yeah.
Lego whatever the hell it was called.
Lego whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, I remember. Bricks and Mini-Bricks?
No, that's the store.
Oh, the
convention, the big...
Yeah, the brick something.
Yeah.
I royally messed this up, and now I'm confused. You rubbed off your confusion on me.
Blaming me for your confusion.
I am. Absolutely.
So,
I think I messed... Whoop! Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where our evening started, and we were just making fun of them the entire night for spending $1,000 on a Kickstarter game.
Listen, you love what you love, okay?
And I was like, okay, interesting. So yeah, that's where we started. Then.
He was like, I wasn't even drinking.
Yeah, we were joking around. We're like, how much had you had to drink before? And he was like, I was stone cold sober. I'm like, oh my god.
He is like truly one of the most entertaining people. I texted Eric while we were sitting there together, and I texted him and I was like, he is the redneck Monolito.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain Monolito a little bit?
So Monolito. So my dad's side of the family, my dad, my stepmom. And then my stepmom's two friends. They
vacation together.
Well, they vacationed together, but they actually knew each other beforehand. So my stepmom didn't know my dad when they were in high school. My dad knew my stepmom's two closest friends, Judy and Barbie, and they all went to school together in high school. So
what school did they go to?
I don't know.
Some Miami school.
Some Miami school, yeah.
I'm just curious.
So they all knew each other, from a while ago, and. My dad, they all got married. Barbie got married to this man. His name was Monolito. He is the most or he was, the most Cuban redneck that you could have ever met. Like, that man...
Like, catching chickens with his bare hands, drinking and eating things that could kill you.
We went... I don't know if y'all are familiar. I think it's in Tennessee, right? Ruby Falls? Where's Ruby Falls at?
Is that Kentucky?
I
think
the one where you go
Tennessee.
through... Yeah. So
Yeah,
Ruby Falls in Tennessee. We had done this big road trip to go up to Tennessee. And one of the things we did was we did the tour in Ruby Falls. So we were like, oh, this is cool. We don't have any of this stuff down here in South Florida. Let's go ahead and check it out. So we go over there and we check it out. And as we're walking past where like the water is dripping from the stalagmites or stalactites, the tour guide, everyone speaks English. We also speak Spanish. The tour guide is telling everyone, don't drink the water. It's very dangerous. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of minerals and all that in there that's very bad for the human body. So the first thing, they have like the stalactite there, and they've made this natural bowl around it, and there's a big sign there too, in English and in Spanish, saying don't drink the water. First thing Manolito does is grab a handful of water and drinks it, and we're just like, that's just, that right there should be enough to tell you about what Manolito is. That, we had rented this big cabin out there too, and that night we were like grilling up some steaks over there, and we were waiting, but there was like moths everywhere. It was crazy, and we were hungry. We hadn't eaten all day, and we were waiting for the food to cook. So what Manolito was doing, the moths would land on the table. He'd stab it with a knife, and then eat it.
He was eating moths.
He was eating moths
as an appetizer.
Waiting because he was hungry and he wanted food right now. And we were like, dude, they have chips inside. He's like, no, this is fine.
So like maybe a little, the white man's version of unhinged.
Yeah.
That's Jared. I don't think Jared would be... I mean, would I put it past him to stab him off and eat it? No.
Not at all.
But I don't think that would be his first...
no, not at all.
His first go-to.
His first go-to would be to go hunt it and then eat it.
Yeah, his go-to would be like, let me get my gun and get us some meat.
Yeah.
That would be Jared.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jared is just, what a delightful human being to know and love. And I just could listen to him talk about literally anything all day long. But yeah, so yeah, game night lasted until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, they left at 4:30, and then me and you stayed to help Casey and Sarah clean up.
Yeah, and then we don't live that far, so we came home and then I passed out. And then Saturday we went to the pool, but one of our friends that was going to the pool with us had to work in the morning, so it kind of was perfect for us because we went to bed at 6 a.m.
Yeah. And
then we slept until like 11.
Yeah, well, I woke up at 11 because our friends, because we were deciding whose pool we were going to go to, Cynthia and Tyler's or ours. And when I woke up at 11, I saw that Cynthia texted us saying, oh, I drove past our pool today and it's still closed for maintenance, whatever reason it is. So I texted her back. I was like, okay, we'll go to our pool, and are we still good for like 3? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I dozed for like another 15 minutes and then woke up and went to go use the restroom. And then that's when she woke up because of Winnie.
Yeah, because like we were saying, Winnie's become such a menace. She has this cone that extends past her, like, it's like becomes blinders for her. But she's been wearing it for like a month, okay? So she literally, whenever she uses the restroom, first she takes a giant drink of water from her fancy water fountain, gets the entire cone wet, and then she goes to the bathroom and basically, like, puts, like, a salt rim on herself with litter. Like, she has to, like, take a crap and then look at it, like, dips her cone into the litter, which her thing is wet, so now she's literally got, like, she looks like a dang margarita glass. And then she comes running into the bedroom screaming at us to get up, and she's got litter all over her cone, and I'm just like, Eric. I was so tired because we had been up so late. She had jumped on the bed. Luckily she didn't get any on the bed, but I immediately like picked her up and I took her into the bathroom while he was going to the bathroom, and I just like tossed her in there and I was like, look, a gift. And I shut the door. I shut her in with him so he could clean her off.
Yeah.
But
so that was our morning.
She's a menace. I feel like our mornings are always starting with like throw up or litter or something with the cats.
These cats are gonna be the death of me.
They really are. We love them. They're our children. But like, holy cow, if they could just chill out. So yeah, but Saturday was fun. We went to the pool. The water was not rough.
No, the water was not rough.
It was a pool. And we were there for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
We were there for like 2 hours. We got there at like 3, left at 5.
Yeah.
Because the kids were starting to get antsy and everyone was getting hungry.
Yeah, because we went like at like 3 o'clock because we had to wait for our friend to get off of work, and then the pool was not busy, but then it got a little busy.
Yeah.
But which is fine because Aiden and Ryan, like, they're 6, and so we have a lot of families in our neighborhood, and so, like, whenever other kids show up at the pool, like, Ryan plays with them, so she loves playing with, like, other kids and stuff, and it keeps her more entertained and less, like, all over her mom, which her mom appreciates. So, yeah, we did stay for a while, and then we went back to the house, we showered, got dressed and everything, and then we went back to our friend's house to order food. And we had the taco place.
Laredo's Tacos.
Los Chapos.
Los Chapos Tacos.
Los Chapos. And it was really, really good. And then we played Mario Party.
Yeah, and then we played 20 turns of Mario Party.
Dude, I love a long game. I just don't know what to tell you. I love games that take hours and hours and hours.
And that was the compromise, 20 turns.
Yeah, so the highest level of turns in this particular version of Mario Party was 30, which I was championing for. And then Tyler was like, not 30. And I was like, okay, I'll compromise 25. And he was like, no! And then I don't know how it ended up.
I just chose 20.
I was fully pleased with that. And Tyler was like, I'm gonna die. But didn't Tyler win? No, you won. Oh my gosh. This was my game to lose, people. I was winning the entire game. I was winning a lot of the mini games. I was getting all the stars. I was doing great. And then Cynthia stole a star from me because she chose random and it picked me.
Yep.
Then I had an opportunity to get another star. I had the exact amount of money I needed. And I thought I had like a little extra than what I needed for the star. So I bought an item. And then I still had enough for the star, but I passed a space that took coins away from me. And then I had just not enough for the star, which made me want to throw up and die. And then I forgot what else happened.
Oh, well then Tyler was in the lead.
Oh yeah. So then I knew I wasn't going to win, so I decided to only sow chaos. So like one of the very last things that happened at like round 20 was Tyler and I landed on the same space, so we had to battle each other, and we couldn't battle for stars, we could only battle for coins. So I decided to bet every single coin I had, which was like 48 coins.
It was 42, yeah.
And he won.
Yeah, because
I was trying to help out Eric, because Eric would have been in first place had I won, because I would have taken all of Tyler's coins and his coin. They had the same amount of stars, but Tyler had more coins than Eric. So I was trying to help out Eric, but then I lost, and then Tyler had double the amount of coins as Eric, but then Eric won 2 of the special stars.
No, I won one
of
the special. Cynthia won the other one, and I
Tyler
won
one. Or no, it was only
Tyler
2.
didn't. Yeah, there was only 2. I won the other one.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Eric won the game, but I was like, I went from first place to last place in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like so upset. I was like, this game. But I'm not a sore loser, so it's fine.
Mario Party, sowing the seeds of chaos.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But that was last night. But we got home at a quote unquote decent hour. We went to bed at like midnight. 12:30.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, actually, we didn't go to bed till much later because I have been binging the new season of America's Sweethearts on Netflix for the DCC, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, DCC. I'm obsessed with like shows like that. Like I love the ones where they show like competitions, like and like people competing for these spots on the team, and like I loved when they did the special on Netflix called Cheer for the like I love all of those types of shows. Like I could watch them on end. I think I told you guys like a long time ago there was a show on Netflix that I watched where it was like I don't know, you might like it. I don't know. It's like them following a K-pop group, starting a K-pop group.
Oh.
And so I just love all those types of shows. So I'm currently like 3 episodes, I think, 3 or 4 episodes from the end. 3 probably, because I watched one this morning. Because again, the cats woke me up and I couldn't fall back asleep. But I've been binge watching the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader show, and I will probably finish it today because I have no chill. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because we have to go live tonight, so we'll see. We're going live with my channel members this evening. So, but I'm going to watch as much of it as I can because it's so much fun. Any other life updates that you can think of?
No, that's kind of it.
I think I messed up.
Again?
Don't start with me. It's an easy fix.
Okay.
I thought it went around the whole perimeter. It just goes down the 2 sides.
Oh.
But that's an easy fix.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
well,
that's kind of it.
If you don't have any other life updates, I guess I'll talk about diamond painting. So, thank you guys to anyone who answered the poll that I put up on my community tab on YouTube. I had asked everybody if I should buy the mystery box. And do you know what the mystery boxes are?
It's a box of mystery. Remember, you picked me.
I cannot stand him sometimes. So basically, Diamond Art Club has a mystery box that they did for the summer where there was multiple combinations of boxes. There was like 1 through 16 boxes. And then within those 16 boxes, there's even more variations within that. Okay. And you were guaranteed to get 2 never before seen kits and 1 quote unquote like fan favorite, which essentially is an overstock canvas. So
not really a fan favorite.
It's debated in the community, but it's essentially we believe it to be like an overstock canvas. That could be a fan favorite. It was. I feel like a lot of people what they got. I'm not going to say it just in case there's people watching. I know Michaela will kill me if I spoil it for her because she's trying to be strong and not spoil what's in the mystery boxes for herself. But I can talk in general terms. So, what was I saying? The mystery box. So 2 never before seen, and then 1 like fan favorite, whatever. So, people have already started getting their boxes, and they've been posting them online. And like, people are freaking out about certain artists that have popped up in these mystery boxes and whatnot. And so there is one. I'm sure I'm a spoiler. You guys know that I spoil everything for myself. I don't like a true mystery because I don't want to spend my money on something I'm not sure about.
It makes it real hard to surprise you for birthdays and anniversaries and such.
I know. I'm such a delight. Anyway, so I like it if I like surprises if it's a real surprise and I have no idea it's coming. If you tell me I have a surprise for you, I will like choke it out of you. I'm like, no, now you have to tell me.
It's one of those things where if I try to take her out for dinner or something, I have to tell her, like, don't go anywhere this day. And then she's like, well, where are we going? And then she beats it out of me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to have to I want to have to tell you so you don't make plans for us.
I feel like I'm easy to trick. If you're just I think if you were like, I want to take you to this dinner place, but like, why does dinner have to be a surprise? I don't know. I'm weird. Call me weird. I don't know. If it's a real surprise and you just take me somewhere and I show up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like, that's fun. But if you like dangle the carrot in front of me for weeks, I want to kill you. So with this mystery box, obviously nobody could know ahead of time what it was going to be, but people were getting their boxes really fast. And I was intrigued because they sold out. This mystery box was supposed to be available for like a whole week. It sold out in 1 day.
Oh, wow.
They literally put in their social media post that like they had bought enough so it could be available for a week-long thing. And it sold out in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
So much so that they started just randomly pulling new releases that they had planned for future weeks. And they were like, we'll just make up mystery boxes with these. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, I can't imagine how many mystery boxes Diamond Art Club had to think that they were going to organize that was going to last a week that sold out in a day. A week they thought it was going to last. Anyway, because there were 16 different variations, and then within those 16 there were multiple additional variations, like 16, like it could, like I got box 11-014. So how many dash whatevers were there? You know what I mean?
At least 2.
Anyway, so I don't know. I had a feeling about this box. I was like, it has 2 never before seen kits. The last time that there was a mystery box that had like never before seen kits, there was a Mrs. Butter D, the Halloween bedroom one that came out and everyone lost their dang mind. And the Christmas Nutcrackers canvas that everyone lost their dang mind. So I was like, I feel like even though I hate mystery boxes like that, I might try to take a gamble on this one. Worst case scenario, if I don't like any of the images, I can de-stash it. It's not that big of a deal. And you get them at a discount. Like, there's a discount for buying the mystery box as to what you would normally pay for these 3 canvases individually. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. I've never bought a mystery box from DAC before. It still has not shown up at my house. By the time you're watching this video, it should have shown up at my house, but like as of right now, which is Sunday the 22nd, it has not shown up at my house yet. So, but I do, again, I spoil everything for myself, so I did go onto the VIP Facebook group and I looked at what everybody was posting that had gotten their box already, and so I already know what the 6 never before seen canvases are, and there is one canvas in particular that I am praying to Jesus is in my box. If not, I've had a very lovely subscriber reach out to me on Instagram and say that is not their particular style, and that they would be happy to destash it to me if I didn't get it in my box, and they did. And to that I said, thank you so much, I could cry. Because if I don't get that one in my box, I will be so sad, because it is a really good one. Again, I'm trying to keep it very spoiler free if I can, for anyone who doesn't want to know and doesn't want it spoiled. So that's the mystery box. Other than that though, other than the mystery box, I haven't purchased in a hot minute. The last thing I bought besides the mystery box was I bought Ocean Eyes, which was a Margaret Morales, which I thought was hilarious because in my last Whip and Chat, I was filming the Whip and Chat on a Friday, which normally I film on Sunday. So normally I already know what all the releases were, and I've already purchased by the time of, like, my video goes up or whatever. And so last week I filmed on a Friday because we were going to the beach house for Father's Day, and so I had not seen the final image that had been released by DAC because I was filming. I literally stopped filming, checked my phone, and I was like, because like in the video I'm literally like, I think I'm gonna get out of this week like free, and I'm not gonna have to buy anything unless there's something crazy like a Margaret Morales. And then literally I was like no. I was like, I literally lied. So I made editing Ashley get on and tell the truth, and she said that I had bought it, because I did, and it's here at my house now, and the box looks beautiful. Obviously I haven't opened it yet, but the box looks amazing, so you'll see that unboxed on the channel eventually. But this weekend, it's Sunday, I can definitively say I did not buy anything yesterday. Nothing particularly scratched my itch. The Yume art one was very pretty, but it was just like, again, I'm being so picky right now. So picky.
I mean, we did buy though. We bought Lego.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because God forbid I actually go through a weekend without buying anything. Lego was having double points, and so we went in a little bit on that, and we bought. What did you get? You got a couple cars.
Yeah, I got a couple of my cars. I got the Corvette. I got the Supra. I got the Skyline. And there was one more that I grabbed. Oh, the Ford Bronco. They have a Technic Ford Bronco that's coming out. That I think we bought it as a pre-release. So
I'm a fool.
Were you supposed to have been doing this entire time?
No, I opened bag 9, not 6. It's fine.
You know, there's a dot to tell you the difference.
Shut up! I know that. I was talking. This is why Lego is harder when you're talking. Talk about your Ford Bronco, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, they came out with a Technic Ford Bronco, which I'm personally not a fan of the new Broncos. I think the older ones look significantly better, but this one, I think it's meant to look like...
Does the new one have no roof, or did
they have the option where you can have a soft top or a hard top, and you can take the soft top off.
But the hard top you can't take off?
No, it's like on it.
I like the Broncos where the top it's like off. It looks.
I don't.
You don't like a
the soft top?
Topless Bronco?
No.
Anyway, keep going. This is number 9. Don't let me touch it.
But they have one that's coming out, and it kind of looks like the Bigfoot edition, which looks a lot more like the older ones, where it's bigger, boxier, fatter tires. And I was like, okay, I kind of like that one, but I generally do not like the Bronco. I was like, yeah, this looks good. I'll go ahead and get it. It'll look good on the shelf. So, and then they have the Toyota Supra from Fast and Furious.
Yes,
and the Skyline, and they have the Nissan Skyline, and the the Supra is in like a smaller size. It's probably going to look something like let me grab it here.
I still have to build my my little pink one.
Yeah, it's going to look something like this size probably, and then the Skyline is going to be, from what I understand, the same size as Dom's Charger, so it's going to be like this.
A lot bigger.
Yeah. So yeah, those should be coming. The Skyline, I think, is already on its way. The Bronco was the pre-order, so that's going to take a little bit to get here, but that's fine. That'll give me time to catch up on my stash.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing, is when we were trying to decide what to do for this video, I knew I wanted to do this one. But I was like, do you have anything older or retired that would kind of match the theme of Old Masters? And so he grabbed this one. But then when we went into the guest room to like look at where his Lego stash is, his stash is so much smaller than mine. Because he, like, usually whenever we do this together or whenever we're crafting together, I'm doing a diamond painting and he's doing a Lego. So he's actually caught up and gotten to finish a lot more of his stuff. I have not worked on my Lego as much, so I feel like I need to like dive into my Lego a little bit this summer.
Yeah, you got some good stuff in there too.
I know. Once we like clean up the house a little bit, we've talked about like moving some shelving around and stuff, so that might create more space to where I can like display my Lego differently. Not like we talked about like stuff downstairs. We've talked about a lot of things. So
yeah.
We'll see. But I do plan, once we move some things around and we get some new, like, shelving, I'm definitely going to be working on my Lego a lot more because I want that stuff, like, up and displayed. But yeah, you're right. I blacked out. I was like, we did buy this weekend? I was like, oh yeah, we definitely bought Lego.
It was double points.
It was double points, and literally when we got Eric's Venerator for, the Star Wars whatever, like, we got so many points off of that.
Yeah.
So...
Well, and you also bought Sarah the Jane Austen?
Well, I didn't have to buy it. So there was a free gift with purchase, which was the Jane Austen diorama, which was so cute. And I know Sarah, like, loves to read. And I love to read too, but Sarah's, like, on another level. And so I placed 2 separate orders because both of them qualified for the gift with purchase. So I get to keep one and Sarah gets to keep one. I never even thought of doing that in the past because I should have done that when we got the book. Do I have that here? Yeah, this is a...
Oh yeah.
This was a free gifts with purchase at one point, and I'm obsessed with it. It's like ideas. Oh wait, hide your
Lego ideas.
There you go.
There you go, sir.
Well, hide your face. Hide your face.
It's
there you go. Yeah, they can see it. So this is basically just like a free gift with purchase that we got at one point. And it says books are my passion, and it's like a cute little girl reading in her little library and stuff. So when I had gotten this one, Sarah was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I wish I would have saw that. And I was like, it wasn't for sale. It was something that you got for free if you purchased like a certain number of dollars worth of Lego, which Eric and I can do in our sleep.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, whatever. So then when this time came around, I was like, oh my gosh, I could just place 2 orders and we'd be done for. And that's what I'm going to do in the future if the gift with purchase is really good and we're ordering enough things where it makes sense. Look, I finally get to do like the fun part.
Wow.
I know, I'm doing the sky. So yeah, that was pretty much the purchasing part of this weekend. What was I going to tell you? Oh, this week, the diamond painting that I spent the most time working on was the Ivy Dollamore, the tea party. And it's funny, because, like, I was working on my Summer with the Masters project a lot, like, the week before that, and... Well, actually, technically, the week before that was the week before Father's Day, and I had that week off, and I finished my Alice in Roses canvas. But I was also working on my Summer with the Masters project.
Did your kids down for that? Or
Alice in Roses?
That's what I saw went up this week?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the video last week for them.
Right.
Yeah, that was the video right before we went to Father's Day. So I'm almost done with my first row of the Jada Gem Shop Summer with the Masters Vincent Van Gogh project. But this week I worked on the tea party because like I said to you guys last time, the cover paper, I diamond painted all over the place on that canvas, which is making the cover paper not stick to the canvas well. So I'm trying to like finish the entire bottom half of the canvas so that way like I can rip off all that paper and then everything will be fine for me to like flip it to the top and then just finish the top. So it's like the bottom rows there's 3 and then the top rows there's 3. So did you finish?
Yeah, the dragster's done.
I love like this whole situation.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Look at those tiny little wheels. Here, I can hold it for you. Oh, there we go. Wow. Look at that butt.
Yeah.
Skinny. Oh my god, it's like Jaren.
No butt.
No booty. No booty in the tank.
Oh, this has the scan, so we gotta keep it.
Just put it on the pile. Can we dedicate ourselves to doing that today?
You're the one that has the thingy.
I should have just given you the app. So on bigger canvases, bigger Lego sets, there's a QR code on the actual like book that you get with the instructions, and you get points for registering your registering your Lego set. You get points for that. So I have a stack of them that I need to just do, and I haven't done it.
It's a big stack.
It's a big stack. It's about to get bigger. So this is so fun.
Your little Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I like doing like the pretty part. Anyway, so what else was I gonna tell you? Anything else about oh yeah, the Van Gogh project is like so the tea party is confetti, but it's just different than the Van Gogh. Van Gogh has 36 colors, majority of them being green.
I mean, yeah.
And the tea party has like a lot more colors, and I don't know, I'm just used to Diamond Art Club drills. This is my first time playing with Jada Gem Shop drills, so it's taking me a minute to get used to it. When the section is finished, it looks really good, but while you're working on the section, it looks a little chaotic. And so I've had to take like significant breaks from that canvas because I don't want to burn out whatsoever. And I haven't burnt out at all, but it's because I'm taking breaks and working on some of my other WIPs. But like, thank God that I decided to start like working on multiple WIPs at a time, because I don't know how I would have been had it been like only one at a time, because I would have struggled, I think, with this canvas, because it's just it's confetti, but it's also not a lot of colors, whereas my tea party canvas is also a lot of confetti, but there's a lot of color changing, so I feel like more visually stimulated by the piece. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm very happy to be working on the tea party right now. After I finish the bottom half of the tea party, whenever that happens, I will then finish the row. Actually,
are you deciding against everything you're doing right now?
No, I'm just thinking of which one I should rotate to next, because I was going to rotate to Angel of Justice next. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, maybe I finish, because I have one more section on the Jada Gem Shop to actually finish the row.
Right.
Maybe I do that, and then I do a row of Angel of Justice.
Okay.
I think that's the play, because Angel of Justice, the current row that I had left off on, isn't technically complete, but the drill, there's like maybe 50 drills I need to place, and then I'll be done with that section. So like, I'll probably work on that and then go to the next row. Like, I won't, like, that little bit that I have to do won't end that row of the painting in my mind. Like, I'll just start on the next row. It makes sense to me. I talk to myself about these things all the time. I like to strategize about my diamond paintings. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the life updates. God bless you. And diamond painting updates and everything that we have going on. The only other thing I'll mention is that we're like 99% sure that we're going to Wisconsin
4th of July.
4th of July weekend, so I might be filming ahead for some of that stuff. So like, just like know that I'm trying to be good and plan ahead as best as I can. We're not 100% sure if we're going yet, because his stepmom, she is still recovering from her surgery, and so we're just trying to make sure that she can fly and that she's not going to have issues, because they found a little bit of liquid in her lungs, and we don't want her to have an issue while we're flying. So we're still making some decisions on it. But like, again, we didn't get to see Nick, Eric's brother, for Father's Day, and we haven't seen him since like Christmas.
Something like that.
It's been a while, because
you know what? It was Christmas.
No, it wasn't Christmas, because he wasn't there.
Because they drove up.
Yeah. So we haven't seen him since like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That sucks. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, we haven't, because he got the job, and then he was told he had to move
by January.
When we had come down for Christmas, he was like already there.
Right.
That's because we didn't go on, like, because we were in North Carolina for Christmas, but then we didn't get to see him
till we didn't. Yeah, because we went up after it.
Right. Yeah. So anywho, so we're really wanting to see Nick, and we also want to see like his apartment and where he works and whatever. So
and his dog.
His dog. If I could clone his dog, I would have a dog, because that dog would be my dog. It's such a good puppy. So anywho, those are our like life plans going on right now. Are you ready for question of the day?
Sure. What is it?
You're like, sure, I guess.
Break it down.
What number do you want me to pull?
It's so what, 2000?
Yeah.
to 1776.
1776. New York City. Alright, let's look. 17.
Or did you already do that?
I doubt it. 1776. No.
Oh.
I did not do the year of our founding. What TV show do you always watch reruns of? That's a good one. You're watching a rerun right now.
I am. So I'm right now. I'm doing a rerun of Supernatural because we never finished it, and I needed something at work to like just have on in the background because otherwise, yeah.
You tell me if they can see that.
They can now.
Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise, I probably would be yelling a lot more just listening to the conversations that my people have, and I'm like, no, you need to shut up. And now she's throwing things at me. I have it on camera, so now we have proof that she's throwing things at me.
I am not.
Viewers,
I dropped my.
you were going to be my witnesses. I'm going to go ahead and send out subpoenas.
You're exhausting. Keep talking about your show.
But yeah, I've been rewatching Supernatural. I did a rewatch of Archer. That was a fun one.
When did you do that?
I did that ages ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a rewatch of Archer. That was a fun one.
I do love Archer. I didn't want to like Archer, but I did.
Yeah.
He named his car Sterling. After Archer.
Yeah.
Because it's silver.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other shows I've done reruns of. I do
What
a lot of.
what animes have you rewatched?
I've rewatched a lot of the Gundam ones, like Iron Blooded Orphans, Gundam Seed Destiny, 00 Gundam,
Are those like the ones on Netflix or on Crunchyroll?
all over. They're all over the place. Gundam Unicorn, those kinds of ones. I've also done rewatches of like Gurren Lagann. I got to do a rewatch of Bleach, but that's only on Hulu.
Oh, let me know when you want to do that.
Yeah,
I want to. The one anime that he actually, and I don't not like anime. I just like. It's very rare that he and I have time to like watch something together. Like usually we're in the office together. I'm watching something on my computer while I'm diamond painting, and he's watching something on his computer while he's like Legoing or doing something else. So like it's rare that like we're sitting together and like doing like during Memorial Weekend we had a Star Wars marathon, and he was Legoing and I was diamond painting.
Yeah, that's when we did the Venerator.
Yeah, that's when he did the Venerator, and I did a lot of Alice and Roses. But like, it's rare that we get to watch stuff together. So the last anime that he actually like sat me down and we watched the entire thing was Sword Art Online, and
which
that was
we never even finished.
good.
I finished it because there's other seasons other than what you watched.
But we watched more than one season.
You watched I think up to the end of season 2, but then there's also after that.
But they're like spin-offs.
No, they're the same.
Oh.
Yeah, it's continuations of the story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's like
there's
2 or 3 seasons.
It felt like the end when the end happened.
I'm pretty sure that's what they had planned.
And then it just got big and they kept going.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you're like, I'm interested in anime but I don't know where to start, Sword Art Online is really, 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 really good. And then we're slowly attempting a rewatch of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
But I was like...
But the OG Sailor Moon, not
which
the
is
new
hilarious.
one.
I love it. It's just that I kept falling asleep because that's the only time we really do get to watch shows together is when we're like going to bed and settling down. And lately, I have been crashing out like 5 seconds in to bedtime. So yeah, there's that. Personally, I don't. Oh, you want to know what I just recently started rewatching / remembering because there were new episodes I hadn't seen yet. The show on Netflix, You. I rewatched season 1 completely, and I don't think I ever got past season 1 because I just like fell off of it. But when I had my week off and I was downstairs because they were working on the roof, I decided to put that on because I was like, there's so many new seasons I haven't seen and I want to remember because I haven't watched it in years. So I started it from the beginning again, and now I'm on like season 2. I'm like in season 2. And I'm currently very distracted by the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader show, but that's going to be done like today. So I'll probably go back to watching You to catch up and remember like what's going on. And then the next thing that I want to rewatch that's like on my to watch list is Pretty Little Liars. I don't know why, but I've been craving a rewatch from the beginning of Pretty Little Liars. So that was like a show that I really liked growing up. That was on ABC Family. And I never finished the show, so I have no idea what happens past a couple of the big reveals, but I remember really liking that show, and so I do want to rewatch that. So yeah, let us know, what TV show do you always watch reruns of, if I had to say like a comfort watch that like we'll just put on, it's not a TV show, but we rewatch a lot of video gameplay from our favorite video gamers.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what we're consistently putting on the television as background noise, is like Achievement Hunter and all of that type of stuff, which if you're into video games and you like watching video game play or just like funny video game player
related content.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter, Rooster Teeth, we rewatch that stuff, and they're not a company anymore. They're slowly coming back.
Rooster Teeth was bought out by one of the previous owners.
By one of the OG owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. But like, if we're just like, we don't know what to watch, we're putting on Achievement Hunter or we're putting on Rooster Teeth. But like, I would say that's the only like show that we always watch reruns of.
Yeah.
And we use it to go to bed. So let us know, what TV show do you always watch reruns of? Is it Friends? Is it The Office? Those are probably some more of the popular ones. Or is it something like Law and Order, SVU? Something, let us know. Let us know in the comments. I think that's it. I feel like today was a little shorter than normal.
I don't know how long we've been going.
Like an hour and a half.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, let us know what's going on. What are you working on? Are you working on any diamond painting projects this summer? Like, are you working on like a cross stitch project? Are you working on Lego? Are you working on pixels? I don't know. Like, are you working on something alongside your diamond painting that you want to share? Drop it in the comments. Let us know what you're working on. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good rest of your day. Say bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.